as we know that since yesterday, from yesterday until today, we already start the Wisdom at Dawn for Master's teaching, which is going to head forward for a new chapter, which is the chapter 4 on the Lotus Sutra, is on the faith and understanding, 清洁品. But if we, I have a quick review for the chapter parable of the burning house, is like 3 realms, three realms. And I think Masters always mentioned that the life is suffering due to there's a lot of disasters happen around, no matter is it man-made or natural disaster. But anyway, I just want to give some my personal insight, or just want to share regarding last couple of days before, when I read through the episode 719, 719 episodes. I remember that Masters mentioned sentient beings experience countless suffering, but so for the Bodhisattvas, they have countless methods and to solve the problem. So sentient beings, because we only see, for our unenlightened being, as Masters say, we only see one side and not the others. We only know our own personal view, but we never have a broad heart and to view the overall, surrounding us, all the phenomena that happen to us. We just know our own purpose. Other than that, we don't care about this. So this is what say that we only know what is in our daily living. So majority, most of us are having the same problem. So, and sorry. Okay. And this is a very familiar past sentence that we know that Bodhisattvas arise because of suffering beings. And this is true. Why? Because since we experience much suffering, apart from we know that the 8 types of suffering, from birth, aging, illness, and death, that is also parting with those we love and meeting those we hate, or the raging 5 aggregates. And the last but not least is the suffering of not attaining what we want. So this is every day it happened, in our living conditions. So today I'm going to share about this, being part in life or separate by death is a natural part of life. Actually, is quite normal, but also is very reality, is an impermanence. And are you ready tomorrow? This question I've been asking since last week, Friday night. As we know, last Friday, we in Taiwan, we have a tragedy, train derailed, which is nearby Hualien. Before we arrived the train rail station at Hualien station, and we have a very big incidents. So at least 50 people were killed and over hundreds of people were hurt in collisions with the driverless truck. So no one can predict what is going to be happen before they reach their destination. So since from last Friday night, as Brother Joe, he is one of the person who in charge for this immediately what we call is a relief help center. So Brother Joe, he is very busy, but he gave me a message, and also I called him back while I am free at the evening, at night time. And he asked me, so Master, are you ready tomorrow? Have you prepared your slides for tomorrow? Are you able to share for at least maybe 5-10 minutes? So he said, we have 1 hour to share. So he asking me, is it possible for me to share some time with him so that, I can do some preparation for the slide and do the sharing. So do you know what I answer? Of course, I will say, no, I'm not ready yet. Actually, I was thinking, I was thinking want to do my slides at the evening time, but I never expected. And in that morning, there's a critical incident happened. So I was very busy helping in the main kitchen do the packaging for the hot food and some. So just in the kitchen and busy for their lunch and dinner and some preparation, dishes and washing and so on. So when the time I back to my study room, my dormitory, and it's already 8 something. But yet, I know that our masters and Brother Joe and the group of people who are in charge for this relief, they are still on the meeting. And masters, she was very concerned very much, and she will accompany them to do the meeting until as I heard my other senior masters mention that they finished the meeting is around maybe 9 to 10 o'clock. Actually, this is very rarely happened to our masters. During the time, she was still not in her study room, and yet she was, on this discussion. So you can imagine how concerned about our masters regarding this incidents happen and how much worry that she had is speechless. Is no words to express what masters can say. So, and of course, I reply him that I will try my best to do. So, I prepare my slides until nearly midnight. And I was, get ready, think for the next day, Saturday morning, I was going to share. When I was in a hurry early in the morning, I still have my job and my duty, do the, shipping floor in certain place. And I was, in a rushing. And I want to make sure that before master, she enter her study room, I want to make sure this area near her dormitory outside, I have to make sure that I have been whipped the floor before she enter, because masters after breakfast, she's still having a discussions. She still stand outside her dormitory, the study room, in the small conference room with Brother Joe and some, the person who in charge. She still gives some instructions or, some suggestion regarding what we should do for the following steps. So, I find that, luckily I was I think I was quite running late for the time, but yet I still able to reach to the place that is for me to connect my computer to the Zoom. And suddenly I got a message from Brother Joe, and he said that due to we all very busy in doing the relief, emergency relief in Hualien in abode. So our understanding, so our volunteers like Sister Selzing, she already sent a message saying that we in Hualien, there's no sharers or no speakers to give any sharing. But yet our volunteers, you guys, so diligent, you will take over and you will cover up the sharing section so that I feel at ease. And actually, our Master Jie, she also joined us. She because she received a message saying that we will have a sharing, but she came. But yet, we both listen. But while we listen to Brother Chin sharing and sister, I remember it's sister Elaine, Effie, I can't remember, yeah. And we both are, learning English through your slides. And this is what we have done for the last Saturday. So we are online, but yet we are not really concentrate, but we concentrate on your slides, especially for the Brother Chin slide. Through his slides, and we learn the English and how he perform the words and so on. So we passed 1 hour. This is what happened last Saturday morning. And okay, I'm back to my topic today. And as okay, sorry. So as this is also called for me also called as an impermanence, because you never know what is going to be happen for the next step. So suddenly you don't need to do any sharing. Yeah, well, you have already prepared. So this is at least that, you know, today I have something I can continue to share, which is I was not able to share last Saturday. So now I can share to you guys what I have done. But of course, I have already added more slides for today, and so that I hope that you all can understand what I'm trying to pass the message, and I want to stress the main point. So, but for me, in order to share it with everyone, actually being able to share the Dharma in English would be very great for me and for our Master Tzu Chi. This is what we hope that, you know, we can do very well in the future. So if I did not express it well this time, that is fine. I should keep going and continue to train myself. And then naturally, I will be able to share the meaning of the principles in a perfect way without obstruction. So I think I still want to seize the opportunity. Thank you for you guys, give me a chance. And thank you for your time to listen. So as the sutras remind us unceasingly that life is filled with suffering and impermanence, we also always seek the questions: will impermanence strike before tomorrow arrives? We often say that we cannot wait for tomorrow because impermanence may strike at any time. So this is just like indeed the impermanence actually arises before tomorrow. We do not need to look as far as tomorrow. It can happen in an instant. And in life, impermanence strikes suddenly. So this we can see so many people bearing in grief. This is unbearable to suffering for the victims and the patients who are on the train. In places where there are Tzu Chi's volunteers around, when circumstances like this arose, they will rush to offer comfort and care immediately. This is what our volunteers in Hualien and in some our 7 peoples, our volunteers who were also inside the train, in this critical train, they also you know, are very safe, but yet they try to shoot the scenario on that side and pass the message to our Dai TV station, and also share this to our masters, so that to ease our masters' mind that our volunteers, at least they are safe and well. But of course, we know there's a lot of people who are injured or dead, and this is what we are unbearable to see that. So you can see one master's, the doctor Wu Kun Ji, when he came back to the abode the next day, following day, and he shared with masters and to everyone that what he saw, and what he saw, and how he did at the train crash site. According to the autopsies, the deceased lost their lives at the moment the train crash occurred. They were crushed in the train cars and lost their lives instantly without knowing what happened. So, and he said to our firefighters there, their body may be unsettling to see, but yet, please have faith that the people who have died, they are all used to be a good people, and that they will be grateful to you as you have retrieved their bodies with courage. As our masters mentioned during her the volunteer morning assembly, she did mention she didn't expressed a few people who have died, but they are very filial son or daughter, because there's a time for them to back to their hometown and to do the pair respect to their ancestors, because of the what we call is Qingmingjie. I think in English the call is a dome funeral or a memorial for the ancestor. So I think they are very filial to their parents as well. And this daughter, she bought new shoes for her mother, because she found that her mother wore a broken shoes, and she said, "You have to wear the new one." So by the time she haven't got a chance to see her mother wear the new shoes, she already not in this world. So there's a lot of good people who are still young, but unfortunately they lost their life on this critical train crash. So the daughter, he said he witnessed such misery and grief there and feel others' pain as his very own. And we can, I think you guys already show what video which is been shooting regarding our Dr. Wu Kunji. And there's another story that I want to share with you guys. Is this young boy. He is 16 years old, and he also invited his friends, who is older than him, 2 years, acting. Two of them joining this incidents and helping. They are at the funeral home and helping the victims' families to identify the corpse. And he is a volunteer without pay. You know, actually his father is concerned, is being put in the jail, and after that, because of a volunteer, you know, is take a long time to, you know, accompany them. This family, so they are very compassionate and very kind people. This young boy, he told us that during the time at the beginning, the incident happened within an hour, I think. His father gave him a call while he's sitting at the sofa and maybe watching TV during the morning, because the day is a holiday on Friday. He wasn't need to go to school. So he received the call from his father, and his father said, hey boy, I need your help. I need you to help me to remove the dead body. And, you know, maybe also you have to help me to pick up the death relic, the body relic, 那个4块. I think I asked him, are you not afraid? He said, yeah, I'm very afraid at the beginning. But he told himself, I cannot afraid, because he said the people who already passed away, they have lost their, you know, consciousness, and they also, unsettling. So he said he just, help, try to help the people who already passed away, and he want to help them to collect as what we call as 整体. He want, because they already lost their, their legs or hands or head and so on, is not a very perfect body. So he say he just want to help. They already passed away, but yet I want to help their family to find their beloved perfect body back to their parents. And because of this deep faith and this compassion, so he overcome. He say at the first time when he helped the family to identify the corpse at the refrigerator, what we call is a 冰柜. He was afraid at the beginning before he approached to this the 冰柜, the refrigerator. And when he pulled out, he's still afraid. But he say, can't imagine and unbelievable when he start to unzip the body bag, and he want to just open up the body back, and he's the person who helping his father, give him this job to open this zip, the dead body, and let the families, or maybe to identify or to recognize, this is your family member. At once he opened up and unzipped the body bag. He said everything, all the feeling, all the sense of frightened was disappeared, was gone. He was totally, very settled and calm and cool down his mind. He thought to himself and say to this dead body, he said, "You're just like sleeping." I'm not sure that you can understand what I want to express. He just say, you just like sleeping, and he wouldn't afraid anymore. This is very unbelievable, and this is what called compassion. So now this is only 1 minute I want to share, and maybe the sound is not too clear, but I think you can see what this guy looks like and what he say.
Naman.
So he say, actually the message he's trying to say is right thing, just do it. Although at the beginning he was frightened and very worried about, because he never know, and he never see the dead body with perfect face, and the body he never can imagine. So yeah, and once the family already confirmed the dead body, the corpse is the family member, and he is helping them to remove the corpse to the car. He will tell them that, yeah, you follow your family members back to your own home. Yeah, we should have a trip, a nice trip, and this is a very kind people, and are very touched and very moved me, yeah, to be honest. So actually, as we know that for masters, you say during these few days, for the past few days, and masters have been here at the airport to stay and update on the relief work. She say she also feels such great pain that she was speechless. It means no words can describe how she feels, as she cannot go to the disaster site. But yet we show our masters on the accident site through our handphone, and we let our master see what is going on that place. So master, she always told us that the spirit of the deceased have traveled to where their karmic affinities would take them. So let us give them our best wishes and pray for them to go with their good karma and be blessed in their future lives. This is not only told to a speech to the people who already passed away, but I think the important lesson is master is teaching us. We must harbor this teaching, and when we face encounter the same problem surrounding us with our relatives or our friends, or maybe our personal, when the one day come to us, we must have this good deed and a good thought in our mind. This is, we listen, we learn, but we must practice for our own. So this is I think what master is trying to pass this message. So, and also master, she wrote a condolence letter to the family and of the injured and the deceased. And on the other hand, masters keep calm at the abode and to receive the information for reliever, and she gave her very good suggestions. So in all, many people around the world have learned about this disaster in Taiwan, and Master say they're very grateful to them, all of them, for giving with love and praying with one heart, regardless of the religion. Just like what we see in Malaysia and kindergartens, the children, they pray very sincere piety to these victims and to these incidents happen. So also in Hualien, in the funeral home, we also have many Buddhist groups from different monasteries also have been taking different shift to serve at the train crash site. So this is the master say it should show that our community here, very harmony and we are united when anything happens to us. So masters remind us again, remember that life is impermanent. So, but same as what Buddha told us, came to this world and to expound the life is suffering and telling us is the Dharma, the principles is emptiness and is impermanence. So the world is filled with much suffering and nothing is impermanent. So see in this incident, the train, cars got badly mangled and many people lost their life. This is a very a good example. Life suffering, emptiness, everything is gone and impermanence happen in an instant. So, and remember that we cannot think, I will wait until I'm older, or I will wait until this project is complete, and then I will do good deeds. This is not the way. We must act firmly. So we must be mindful and have deep faith in the Buddha's teaching, just like today Masters mentioned. We must develop a deep faith first. Of course, for understanding, they still have a long way for us to penetrate the principles because it's not that easy. Even though we listen 100 times or 1,000 times, but yet if we can't do any one single action, the right action, we are still considered we are not understanding because we can't do that. We are not saying do the right thing, just do it. Even though the right thing, but am I able to do? Not really. Just like that 16 years old boy. When we say I have a compassion heart, but if someone or somebody asks me, hi, MasterDeHuang, are you willing to help us to remove the dead body? Or are you willing to help us to accompany the victim families to identify their beloved family to even though you ask me, am I there to see the photo for the dead body? Or maybe, it's not that easy. Even though for the people who are, the career is to helping is the dead body makeup, 修复师, the dead body makeup. They also, this is not an easy job. Are you willing to do that kind of career? Not everyone. Even though we have a kind, we say we are loving compassion and we are kindness people, but not all of us are very, have a brave and dare to do, to person in person and to personally contact to this dead body. I think for me, I can't do that, even though I know this is a good. So I know the principles, I know, I understand, but am I really live out my compassion and do action? I think they still have a long way for me to practice. So I'm still practicing my compassion. So it's not that easy. So, but if we comprehend them with a deep faith, we must firmly at least we from aspirations and make vow, so that I want to be a person like them. So this is the first beginning, but yet we still want to live up, then consider as we understand. So but the last but not least, the wisdom add-on for the episode, again, Master say the karma we have and the causes, whether it's good or bad, and the causes and conditions that converge can cause impermanence to manifest in an instant. Whether it's good, you immediately receive a good reward, or even it's a bad karma, you immediately can receive a bad retribution. We don't know. Maybe in this life, or maybe next life, or maybe in this next second, or maybe a few days later, you can receive the good or bad retribution and the result, or the conditions. We don't know, because it depends on how much we have accumulate and within good or bad. So but very coincidence, right after the train crash, the next day morning, this is the next day after the train crash incident happened, Masters told us, and she said there's no need to mention tomorrow. The impermanence on this day, the episode, Master say there's no need to mention tomorrow. Impermanence is manifesting every second. Things can happen in such a short amount of time. So right after a typhoon hitting Taiwan and following a plane crash happened in Penghu, then there was a gas explosion in Kaohsiung. So within a very short time in Taiwan, we have 3 major disasters, whether it's natural disasters or the man-made disaster. So Master say, in places where there are Tzu Chi volunteers here and where we have direct contact with people in need. So this is, when people suffer, they definitely have a Bodhisattva who emerge from the earth. So Tzu Chi volunteers will always be the first group party to mobilize quickly to help and put their hearts into the effort and try their best to help the victims. And so Master say, we must understand when it comes to time, space, and relationships, 人间, 人事物, and in this impermanent life of ours, we must constantly heighten our vigilance. So the karma we have, finally Master say the karma we have, the causes and conditions that converge can cause impermanence to manifest in an instant. What happened in that instance may result in a long-lasting suffering. So we must all three have this sense of awareness. We must no longer be attached to the ignorance with us. This is what Masters mentioned. So there's no point for us to, attach to ignorance, because your life is more important than your ignorance. So especially our wisdom of life is more important than the ignorance, because wisdom life can help us to go through the right path, but ignorance will lead us to a deviate way, so that we keep accumulate the bad karma. So life is painfully short, so we must seize every moment to live up our value of life. So this must be our mindset as a spiritual practitioners, whether we are lay, disciple, or the monastic. So we must not think we still have a lot of time, that if we do not finish listening the Dharma in this life, we can continue in our next life. We never know which realm we will go into after we pass away. So if we are born human in our next life, can you make sure that you will have the karmic condition to hear the right Dharma and following our masters again? Are you guaranteed that you can do that? I'm not sure. But if we do not, no, because this is a very long way to go off. So remember, whatever we do, we will create good karma or bad for our own self. So this principle applies to all of us and for everlasting. This is the true principle. And Master say this is a crucial lesson for us to learn. What does it mean? So just remember, be firm in each step we take, and firmly step each step. So, and do all is good to benefit humanity and the world and the society. So again, we must give of ourselves mindfully and do the right thing. Just do it. Okay, thank you for your time and listen. This is my sharing. Thank you. And I pass it over to Brother Bao Lu and Sister Cui San, right? Li San, Sister Li San, in US. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Sister Tzu Chi?
Yeah, clear. And brother Prabhu.
Hey, Huang Sifu. Okay, let me try. So, okay, so good morning and good afternoon to everyone and Master Huang. So it's kind of a honor to be here again. So it has been for a long time. I think we are kind of busy in US, especially this past year, right? During COVID-19. So it's busy on works and busy on, actually most of the time we are shelter in place, like working at home. But even working at home is much more busy than working at on site. So it's so great timings to share today, because as everyone know, we just finally deliver a song to Master. You Are by My Side. So this song I wrote actually to present to Master and Jing during our Chinese New Year Eve. So I thought that I couldn't go back to Taiwan this last year, right? So I did not need to write the songs. But eventually, there's a request from Sister Enting that Jing decided to do a live Chinese New Year Eve. So everyone's on the line and celebrate the Chinese New Year Eve together. So I thinking of review what happening for the past year, right? 2020. So it suddenly came up to my mind during the compose this song. It's actually Master is almost like transparently is on my side, on everyone's side, right? Like Master is so diligently online almost every day across the globe, just to comfort us, right? Just give us strength to move on. And you know, in US we have 500,000 right now. So every day, like 3,000 people die from COVID-19. You can imagine that just like 10 seconds, there's a few people die. 10 seconds, there's a few people will die from COVID-19. So it's the most terrifying ground zero in the world. So we really need Master. Friendly, we are kind of scared. We just shelter at home. So this kind of feeling is really happening around the world, especially the worst case at US. So I wrote this song. It's a lot of meaning and give us a lot of strength to move on in this harsh time. So let's listen to these songs. I especially put the English subtitle, right? A special thanks to Sister Sihu, Dr. Ho, and Li San to put this very beautiful, I saying that very beautiful English translations. So let's listen to the song, then we can share what is the story behind a composition. You hear the song, right?
当我面对艰辛的时候，是您陪伴在我身后，一步步让我心不再苦苦，您是我永远安定的力量。看着您缓缓的脚步，很想扶着您，守着您，心中不舍，无法言语，对您的誓愿不曾改变。遥望菩萨的心愿，是我们共同的誓言。纵然隔着千山万水，仿佛您就在我身边。祈求诸天诸佛菩萨，让您永远在我们身边。您的付出未曾希望，生生世世师徒的相约。看着您缓缓的脚步，很想扶着您，守着您，心中不舍，无法言语，对您的誓愿不曾改变。
遥望菩萨的心愿，是我们共同的誓言。纵然隔着千山万水，仿佛您就在我身边。
祈求诸天诸佛菩萨，让你永远在我们身边。您的付出未曾希望，生生世世师徒的相约。
祈求人间不再苦难，就把苦难不曾停歇。心心念念为众生，常情大爱布满人间。遥望菩萨的心愿，是我们共同的誓言。纵然隔着千山万水，仿佛您就在我身
Okay. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint and Sister.
California homeowners, if you are
Sister
sick of paying,
just step out from the work, and I would let her to share.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Very nice to meet all of you here. So I have the honor to kind of read you the lyrics of this song. So it's like a poem. So hope you guys can join me in feeling our thoughts, our heart, and also our connection with masters. So you are by my side. When I face hardship, you stand behind me. Each step I take, knowing I'm not alone. You are the strength I depend on. Seeing your unsteady footsteps, I wish to help and protect you. I'm saddened, and it's beyond words. Our vows will never change. Vows of great medicine king Bodhisattva are our common aspirations. Even though we are separated far apart, yet you seem to be by my side. Praying to universal Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, you will forever stay by our side. Your entrustment and teaching will never be forgotten. We vow for life after life reunion with Master. Praying for the world peace without disasters, relieving sufferings have never ceased. With our hearts always be with the sentient beings, paving the path of great love in the world. So praying to universal Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, you will forever stay by our side. Your entrustment and teaching will never be forgotten. We vow for life after life reunion with Master.
Wow, I think it's such a beautiful translation. I never seen those Sister Sihu, Dr. Hu, and Lisa always translate my song, but this is the best. It's like kind of poet. Can put it into the side by side in the Mandarin and English together. I think this is so beautiful, and I would like to invite Lisa to share more. She is the first one listen to these songs in our small Buddha room. Right? So Lisa, you want to share more about this one? First time you heard about this song?
Sure. I just want to share like the first touching reactions when I first heard this song. I remember it was really late in the night. So when Brother PJ started plucking the intro of the music using his guitar, I can feel, the music notes is like floating down from the sky. It's like gradually coming down. The lyrics is so beautiful, yet it's coming gradually in a very slow flow. And then, however, the flow, it's like floating down, and it immediately touching me into my inner feelings. But at that point, I felt it's a form of undescribable type of feeling. Feel like I want to cry, but yet it's not. The emotion is pretty. You feel pretty steady in the sense that you feel a strong strength coming from Master. So in a split seconds, I feel like although we are here in the United States, I feel like the song and the lyrics actually bring me back directly to Master. I can feel his Master is just be with us by my side. And just to mention, this is only the first four lyrics, the first four lyrics of the song, first four sentences. And I immediately feel that strength. So I think this is how my experience hearing the first time of the song.
Yeah. So as you know, I'm an engineer, right? It's an Intel engineer doing CPU. So I am not a professional songwriter. So writing those songs, especially the song dedicated to Master and all the Tzu Chi brothers and sisters, is very hard for me. Really, really hard. But I always able to finish within just 1 hour or 2 hours. It's so unconceivable when we doing this song writing, because it's like coming from the instant. Like you like your mind suddenly. I still remember when I look at my room. I struggled for like many days, couldn't many days couldn't try to get the idea how to write it. I tried to write, but it's not really what I want. And
I think he tried like almost
20 versions.
20 different versions.
Yeah, we got suddenly the last request from a sister auntie, right? To dedicate. So it's our honor. We would like to do that, even we're not able to go back to Hualien. But it's very hard. It's just a blink, a glimpse of your inspirations, right? So those songs is very hard to write always. And I start to review all 3 chapters, the last 3 chapters that Master teaches, right? During the COVID-19. So those 3 chapters is very important. And I also review back for the past year, what's happened to Master and to us, the Master and the disciple. What happened? And that night I suddenly talk about the vows of medicine's King Buddha. So that's the word that exactly that in my mind, and I just stare on the sky, and suddenly all the lyric and the music just came, just like a wall, the flowing, and I just completed in just one hour. Can't imagine, I couldn't do it anymore. Right now, you ask me to do that. So I strongly believe this is coming from Bodhisattva. Always like that. A lot of song is so it can touch my heart, touch a lot of people's hearts. A lot of people reflect to me that it's so touching when first time hear the song, especially the lyric. It's so simple and straight to our heart, and is describe the story. It's not the song that you couldn't imagine. It actually describes the story. So the story about how hardship we are. This is in US. During the time, like 3,000 every day, people dying. But Master urged us, comfort us, and then regularly, step by step, ask us to go forward, step outside your home, and reach out to the people that struggle. That's make us more valuable during our shelter in place. I think that's a step by step. That's why we call it step by step, one step at a time. Master urges if you can reflect back during 2020, is step by step is the strength that we depends on. This is what happenings because I personally in charge all the distribution for this Jing rice from Master, right? Master Huang is right now. We so appreciate Master in Jing giving United States lots of instant rice, instant rice, so that we can reach out so many people that struggle during the COVID-19, and we able to reach out. And while you reach out, you step forward. Actually, at the same time, you comfort yourself, your heart, your mind. So that's the first. I think the first 4 lyrics has described what happening, right? And what happening is this is CNN, but I think it's okay. We can and Master is always the strength that we depends on. Even right now, the events that happens on the trains in Tairuga, right? So Masters are still the same, comfort us. It's always our strength that we depends on. And he teaches that we need to create, right? That's how all can be saved them, right? Even they are on the train at the time. So we gather a lot of and blessing from Master for the last year. So I wrote this one, the fourth lyric, and that's what the Master teaches about how we can when we face hardship, right? We raise a lot of questions. As a Buddhism, we need to know the Buddha teaching. So at least we can apply the Buddha teaching, like in our daily life. So like an example, Master said, after encountering such an accident, beings, it is truly precious and precious. Don't never ask, I do good deeds, how can this happen to me? And there's a moment that Buddha teachings will be should be in your mind, or should be later reflect in your mind as a right. So, and then the second phase of the Master actually like giving out her health, her steady condition of their body, and just go out during the year-end blessing, just try to comfort disciple, right? That's the purpose for the second phase. So when we see Master like unsteady footstep, like going down on the during the year-end blessing, our tear is just drop immediately. So we are so saddened and all beyond word, because that's further enhance our vows. We cannot do anything. We cannot go back to Taiwan and be with Master and try to help. The only thing we can do is just enhance our vows. Our vow will never change. This is a vows that's so strong because Master is giving out her health. Just try to teach us. That's the second phase. It's so emotional. You can imagine, right? If you know all the year-end blessing, what happens for last year, you can imagine what's this lyric described for. And even for the train's accident, Master is always with us, and it comforts every day, right? Just through the iPhones, right? And then even she went to Hualien Jing, right? And talked to all the sister and brother that helping on the scene, try to comfort brother and sister. What Master saying? Don't hold on to it so long. Let go of it. It's today Renjen Puti, using the Dharma to be awakening. So I feel that Master is never in Taiwan. She's like in US or in Malaysia, in everywhere. If you follow her teaching, right? She always with us and teach us, comfort us. And that's the whole songs that what I'm writing at the time. I already get the message what happenings for the past year, and the chorus is talking about the former affair of the Mason King Bodhisattva. Right? If you know this chapter well, the most important part is the life, means that life after life relationship between Master and disciple, between Buddha and all the Bodhisattva. So there's a lot of touching encounter between them. And even Master told us that our engagement is a life after life, not just one life at this moment. It's life after life. If you go first, then you will pave the path for Master to go for the next life. Then if we go later, Master will pave the path on the next life, and then we will close again to Master. So this life after life is actually described in the medicine King Bodhisattva to the Buddha at the time. So, you know the story of the medicine King Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva, like body, right, and her hands, just try to dedicate to the Buddha. So diligence, dedication, and even after passing on his life, immediately he returned back to the next life. When he acknowledged that the Buddha is still there doing the teaching, he immediately found the Buddha. So and do the same thing again, burn his body, his hands, and try to give the full dedications and full and vows to the Buddha. So Master especially shared this during the vision at dawn. She is so touched about how close Buddha and Bodhisattva in the Lotus encounter, right? And it's the same over here. We, disciple and the Master, is a close in heart. This is the most important part for the whole song, because it immediately bring you like 10,000 times of the high view, not only for this life, this moment, this place in US, Taiwan. It immediately bring you up to the whole universe, to the timeless encounter. So that's the most important for the Lotus teaching, right? Life after life, we encounter again. Just try to follow this Lotus teaching, Bodhisattva's teaching. So this is the most important part. If you do not know the story behind, that's what when I realized, actually I cry. It's how close Bodhisattva and the Buddha, and how close Master and us, exactly the same what happenings, the story of the sutra. So this is the second part, and the same thing during the year-end blessing, right? We all kneel down. Many of the sister brothers in Taiwan kneel down. I think us as well, even remotely, right? We just pray. We hope. We wish Master will forever stay by our side. I think this is the ultimate vows for the past year. We hope Master will be us our side, even spiritually, even her teaching will with us, and trust me, teaching will never be forgotten, and the vows life after life, we will reunion again with Master. Yeah, that's a most beautiful vows. I think I can translate it to the song, to the lyrics, so that when you sing it, your heart's already give you a feeling that we are boundless, a timeless connection between the Master. Yeah. So this is chapters. Actually, I summarize it after reading the Master teaching to three very important points for these three chapters. The chapter 21, the transcends power of the Tathagata. So actually, it's not a supernatural power. Actually, it's a strength that to fight back our strength, ourselves, the Buddhahood strength. Yeah, everyone has a Buddhahood strength, the Senli. You are in the hardship time, you can reach out to more people. You have the strength. Then the entrustment. Yeah, Master vows, Buddha vows always entrust us so that we can leverage the Bodhisattva path to relieve all the suffering beings. Right. This is always the only teaching of the Lotus Sutra. Right. And the final one, the formal affair of the Bodhisattva medicine king, just tell you the story about Buddha and the Bodhisattva, right? And the aspirations is life after life, not only this life, right? So this is just a very short sharing to these songs. Hope that when you facing the hardship and when you try remember the master, try sing this song, it will give you a lot insight. So for last one, I would like the sister Lisan to teach her the sign language, because if you see the Chinese New Year Eve, right, the last four really is very beautiful, and this sister Lisan designed the sign language, then so that we can do together. How about we open the video and all of us then together? Can all of us open the video and then we can do a sign language together?
So we can we are going I'm gonna only show like the last 4 lyrics. I see Sister Irene and a few of them you guys know it. I show you guys before, so you can
虽然隔着千山万水
although
we can sing one time.
虽然隔着千山万水，仿佛您就在我身边。你的付出未曾希望，师徒同心同志同源。
Okay, let me explain. So,
Okay.
虽然隔着千山万水哈 although we are far apart, it's like we are separated. Although we are separated from the mountain and the water, so it's literally right. 隔着千山万水 although we are separated, you know, put like separated from the mountain and the water, and then 仿佛你就在我身边 as if you are just by my side. So this is as if, you know,
as if you are the sign language is master. Master is just by our side. Then we point at our body, you know, our body, and you kind of symbolizes the body, and then you put the side. Does that make sense? Yeah. So as if master is by our side.
Repeat that.
Okay. So the first one is
虽然隔着千山万水，仿佛您就在我身边。
Okay. Next one, your entrustment and teaching, right? What was that
Will never
English?
be forgotten.
Will never be forgotten. Okay. 您的付出 masters teaching. Okay, will never be forgotten. So I change it and use a reverse sign language. Okay, we will forever remember. Okay, master teaching will forever remember. All right, and the next one is
we will follow
master's heart aspiration and vow. This is the last reading, right? 师徒同心同志同源. 师徒 means master and disciple. Masters, so master we always like, you know, raise because we are very respectful of masters. Followers, so this is, you know, our teacher, and these are all the followers. 同心同志, same heart, so we just put same heart, same aspiration, 同志 aspiration, and same vow. How is this? You know, the finger smaller because if you open wider, you know, 慈悲 慈济的慈, right? Compassion. But if you put smaller, it's wow. Wow. Okay. So let's repeat the last two. So master Cheng will remember forever. Forever remember.
师徒同心同志同源。
Okay,
So let's sing four songs, 4 lyrics together.
Okay. 你虽然隔着千山万水，仿佛您就在我身边。你的付出未曾希望，师徒同心同志同源。
Sorry, I forgot. 同心同志 同 means same, right? But if I try to simplify it, so we only do the same at last. So heart and then same. Wow. Okay. All right.
Do it last time.
Okay, last time. Okay.
虽然隔着千山万水，仿佛您就在我身边。您的付出未曾希望，师徒同心同志同源。
Thank you. 感恩。
Okay, 感恩 thank you so much. Just end our sharing. Thank you.
Brother Baru, I'm sure he is very humble. Even he shared that small part, but actually he has done so much behind it because we know his occupation is not a songwriter. He is a professional engineer. And even a songwriter is not like suddenly one can come up with a song that makes summary of these 3 chapters. And we know how precious and inconceivable these 3 chapters are. For the touching songs, and it came so aptly. It's like at the right time during the COVID, even during this the train accident in Taroko. Yeah, our feeling with Hualien. I'm sure every one of us, especially the overseas volunteers, we hope we could be with our Hualien during this time. It's very difficult. We know we can't. So like Brother Baru, Sister Lisa, with great wisdom, they could present these songs and healing. And all of us, we do our part here is through the daily prayers. 感恩我们同在一起, yeah, all our hearts are together. 同在一起, 感恩 for Sister Lisa for the wonderful 手语. If there's a video on 手语, I think that will be good also. We can keep, and if anyone wish, maybe we can do a 手语 on this song. 感恩